Rules of subject-verb agreement. Rule number 1. Subject and verbs must agree in number. Example: he likes dogs. We can't say he likes dogs. Rule number 2. Don't get confused by the words that come between the subject and verb. They do not affect agreement. For example, the boy who is looking for the clothes is my friend. So the words between the subject and verb is who is looking for the clothes. So don't be confused. The subject here is the boy, and the verb should be in singular form. Rule number 3. Prepositional phrases between the subject and verb usually do not affect agreement. For example, the price of the cakes is expensive. So identify the subject. The subject here is price, and the subject should be, the verb should be in singular form. Rule number 4. When sentences start with there or here, the subject will always be placed after the verb, so care needs to be taken to identify it correctly. For example, there is a problem with my homework. So the subject here is after the verb. So the subject is problem, it's after is. Rule number 5. Subjects don't always come before verbs in questions. Make sure you accurately identify the subject before deciding on the proper verb form to use. For example, how am I going to solve this problem? Rule number 6. If two subjects are joined by and, they typically require a plural verb form. For example, Jinse and BJ like ramen. It should be in plural form. Rule number 7. The verb is singular if the two subjects separated by and refer to the same person or thing. Pigs and cow is my father's favorite food. So it refers to food, refers to the same thing, so it's in singular form. Rule number 8. If one of the words each, every, or no comes before the subject, the verb is singular. For example, no EOP or sleeping on time is allowed. So the subjects are EOP and sleeping on time. So if these are together, the verb should be in singular form. Rule number 9. If the subjects are both singular and are connected by the words or, nor, neither or nor, either or, and not only or but also, the verb is singular. For example, Jinse or BJ play soccer. We can't say Jinse or BJ play soccer because it refers to one person. Rule number 10. The only time when the object of the preposition factors into the decision of plural or singular verb forms is when nouns and pronoun subjects like some, have, none, more, or all are followed by a prepositional phrase. In these sentences, the object of the preposition determines the form of the verb. For example, all my friends are happy. So it should be in plural form. Rule number 11. The singular verb form is usually used for units of measurement or time. For example, a piece of cake is delicious. So it uses singular form. Rule number 12. If the subjects are both plural and are connected by the words or, nor, neither or nor, either or, and not only but also, the verb is plural. For example, pens and erasers are both available in the store. So it refers to erasers, so it should be in plural. Rule number 13. If one subject is singular and one plural and the words are connected by the words or, nor, neither or nor, either or, and not only but also, you use the verb form of the subject that is nearest the verb. For example, either my friend or thieves stole my phone. So the subject, the nearest subject for stole is thieves. It's in plural form, so the verb should be in plural form. Rule number 14. Every indefinite pronouns typically take singular verbs.
Can you give me examples of indefinite pronouns?
So the examples of indefinite pronouns are 1. Nobody, each, anyone, anybody, either, everyone, everybody, neither, someone, somebody, or nothing. And nothing. So, for example, everybody wants attention. So there's an indefinite pronoun everybody. It should be in singular form. Rule number 15. Except for the pronouns few, many, several, both, all, and some, that always take the plural form. For example, all of us are late for school. So we use all of us, so it should be in plural form. Rule number 16. If two infinitives are separated by and, they take the plural form of the verb. For example, to read and to speak are hard. So there are two infinitives, to read and to speak. So, and it connects with and, it should be with plural form. Rule number 17. When gerunds are used as the subject of the sentence, they take the singular form of the verb, but when they are linked by and, they take the plural form. For example, drawing and playing are my hobbies. So it used and to connect two gerunds, so it should be in plural form. Rule number 18. Collective nouns like herd, senate, class, and crowd usually take a singular verb form. For example, my class is noisy. So there is a collective noun, class, so we should use singular form is. Rule number 19. Titles of books, movies, novels, etc. are treated as singular and take a singular verb. For example, Star Wars is the movie I watched. So there is the title of the movie, Star Wars, so we should use singular form. Rule number 20. The final rule. Remember, only the subject affects the verb. So that was it for 20 rules for the subject-verb agreement. I hope you learned something. That was it for Pascal. Thank you.